Okay.
Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of UNITAR, I am pleased to welcome everyone to our public forum on anti bullying theme Break the Chain and Build the Change. Today, we are not just here to talk, we are here to listen, to understand, and to take action. Bullying is not only a school issue, it is a social issue that affects confidence, education, and even mental health. Before we begin, allow me to introduce our panelists. We have Miss Harini, a school counselor with more than 10 years of experience helping students overcome emotional challenges. Next, Miss Malavika, a psychology lecturer who studies human behavior and the mental effects of bullying. We are also joined by Miss Reshma, a representative from Child Safe Malaysia, an NGO that promotes children's rights and anti-bullying awareness. And lastly, Ms. Prita, our student representative who will share the youth's perspective on bullying. Thank you to all our speakers for being here. To begin, I would like to invite each of our speakers to introduce themselves and also share why this campaign, Break the Chain and Build the Change, matters to them.
Thank you. I am Arini, a school counselor. Over the years, I have met students who appear happy on the outside but are struggling inside. Bullying destroys a student's self-worth and confidence. And I strongly believe we must create school where students feel safe, supported, and respected.
Hello everyone, I'm Malaika, psychology lecturer. I teach about human emotions, behavior, and also mental well-being. From my experience, bullying can cause invisible psychological wounds that affect a person for life. When we talk about breaking the chain, it means we are stopping the cycle of pain and replacing it with kindness and awareness.
Hello, I'm Reshma from Child Safe Malaysia. So now our organization advocates for children's rights and operates an anti-bullying helpline. Many victims hesitate to report bullying because they fear being laughed or blamed. We must change the mindset and remind victims that asking for help is not weakness but courage.
Hi everyone, I'm Prita, representing the students. I once had a classmate who was cyberbullied until she stopped coming to school. It was heartbreaking to watch her lose her confidence. That experience opened my eyes. If we stay silent, we become part of the problem.
Thank you all for sharing. It's clear that each of you brings valuable insight to these important issues. All right, let's begin our discussions. Many people still think bullying is just joking around or harmless teasing. Can we clarify what exactly counts as bullying?
From a psychology lecturer point of view, bullying takes many forms. It's not only physical. There's verbal bullying, such as name calling or mocking someone's appearance. There's also social bullying, like excluding someone from a group, and also cyberbullying, which includes spreading rumors or making hurtful posts online.
I completely agree. Some students say just kidding after a mean comment, thinking it's fine. But if it hurts the other person, it's bullying. The intention doesn't matter as much as the impact.
I agree with both of you. Many people think bullying happens only in schools, but it can also occur online, at home, or even in workplaces. And the statistics in Malaysia are worrying. 3 out of 10 students have experienced some form of bullying.
As a student, I agree. And I want to add that sometimes even teachers or parents don't notice it. When students laugh at someone's mistake and ignore them in a group, it may seem small, but it really hurts.
That's very true, Preeta. We must recognize that even subtle action can be bullying if they make someone feel inferior or excluded.
Well said. It seems that bullying is not always obvious, and awareness is the first step to breaking the chain. Okay, now let's move to the emotional side of bullying. Prita, as a student, how does bullying affect someone mentally and emotionally? Can you share about it?
Well, it changed everything. Victims begin to doubt themselves. They start believing the insults and feel they are not good enough. My friend, who was bullied, became anxious, quiet, and avoided everyone. She felt safer being alone than facing others.
I completely agree. Bullying can cause a long-term emotional damage, such as depression, anxiety, or self-harm. Students who bully often feel they have no one to turn to, and that isolation can be very dangerous.
I agree with you, Miss Harini, and I like to add that repeated bullying changes how the brain responds to stress. Victims may develop low self-esteem and social anxiety that continues even in adulthood. I've seen adults who still carry the trauma from being bullied years ago in their childhood.
Yes, and I think society must stop saying we're just a part of growing up. I disagree with that mindset. Bullying is not a normal part of childhood. It is emotional violence and it must be treated seriously.
Wow, that's a very strong point, Rishma. Bullying is never normal. Thank you all for explaining the deep emotional and psychological impact it leaves behind someone that get bullied. Okay, now can we let's talk about solutions. How can we break the chain and build real change in our schools and communities?
Okay, first we must focus on education. Schools should also include lessons on empathy, kindness, and also emotional regulation. When students understand how their words affect others, they become more responsible.
I completely agree. Counseling programs and awareness campaign can also help. Students should know they can come to the teachers or counselor without any fear. We must build trust between students and adults.
I agree with both of you too, but I had also like to highlight the importance of proper reporting systems. Sometimes victims stay silent because they don't know where to go or who to trust. Anonymous reporting or hotlines make it easier for them to speak up.
I agree, and I think students themselves can help. We can create peer support groups or buddy system so that no one feels alone. If we support each other, bullies will lose their power.
Yes, Preta, that's a good point. When students support each other, the culture of bullying starts to disappear.
Excellent discussions, guys. It's inspiring to see how empathy, awareness, and teamwork can truly break the chain. Before we end, I have one question for all of you. If you could say one thing to the bullies themselves, what would your message be?
I will say, ask yourself if you accept being treated in the same way. If not, stop and reflect on your actions.
Hurt people often hurt others. Instead of spreading the pain, seek help and healing.
From my side, everyone can change. Take responsibility for your actions and start again with kindness.
I will say you don't need to put others down to feel powerful. Real strength is when you lift up others.
Thank you. I completely agree with all of you. Change begins with awareness and empathy. Thank you, everyone, for these insightful discussions. Today's conversation reminds us that bullying is not only about the bully and the victim, but also about the bystanders who choose to stay silent. Silence helps the bully, never the victim. If we want real change, we must speak up and support one another. Let us all remember that kindness is contagious. One kind action can inspire many others. So let us break the chain of bullying and build a community where everyone feels safe valued, and respected. On behalf of UNITAR, thank you to our wonderful speakers and to everyone watching. Together, let's break the chain and build the change. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.